Adobe Photoshop is a pixel-based program. Pixels are the smallest segments or squares arrayed in a grid to construct an image. Pixels vary in size and color. The number of pixels stacked side by side in a linear measurement unit are known as the resolution per measuring units. Measurement units could be in centimeters, inches, or picas. When we describe an image resolution of 300 pixels per inch, or PPI for short, we mean that every inch of this image contains 300 pixels horizontally and vertically. In the digital world, each pixel carries the information required to present itself as part of the image. The amount of data or information held by the pixel depends on the pixel color bit depth. The bit is the smallest amount of information your computer processor can understand. Each bit has two settings, on or off, presenting two possibilities. In the computer language, this is called 1 or 0. That is why one bit can represent two possibilities according to the on or off settings. A black or white line art pixel has the data of one bit, either on or off. On means a white pixel, and off means a black pixel. A gray pixel has the data of 8 bits to represent 256 possibilities of gray levels. Color images are composed by adding red, green, and blue information for each pixel. A red, green, blue, also known as RGB pixel, has the color depth of 24-bit to represent 16.7 million possibilities of color. The amount of data or the file size of an image is controlled by two factors: the number of pixels per inch and the pixel color bit depth. Adobe Photoshop's main task is to work and manipulate the pixels of an image. That is why it's called raster or resolution dependent. Vector-based programs such as Adobe Illustrator and others are resolution independent. Resolution-independent programs are designed to handle type or geometrical elements. When we scale a vector element, we are actually changing the parameters or the values in the equation to reflect the new size. There is no pixels to worry about. When we print a vector element, we are sending the mathematical equation for this element to the printer. The printer then rasterizes or renders this information to the printer's highest resolution. Adobe Photoshop 6.0 now supports the input of vector-based type. In this image, please notice that we have 3 layers: a background layer, a raster layer with the letter A, and a text layer with the letter T, indicating that this layer is still in a vector mode. To demonstrate the difference between vector and raster images, I will select the second layer and choose the Scale command. By choosing the Edit menu, Transform, Scale, I will resize the letter A to fill the window. Then I will repeat the same Scale command to the vector type layer again by choosing the Edit menu, Transform, Scale. Please notice the jagged edges of the scaled raster layer versus the sharp edges of the vector text layer. When creating a new document in Photoshop, Knowing the final output target is essential to the image output quality. For example, if I have to prepare an image to be printed 3 inches by 4 inches on a commercial offset press at 300 pixels per inch, I should start calculating the file size required for this job before scanning. From the File menu, I will choose New. In the New window, I will set my measurements to inches and enter 3 inches in the width field, 4 inches in the height field, and 300 in the resolution field, and I will choose RGB from the Mode pop-up menu. Adobe Photoshop will display 3.1 megabytes as the file size required for the RGB image.